Hi there, it's Brett here. Weaving can be done on many different types of looms, like this tabletop loom, or even giant computer-operated looms that take up tons of space. But I'm going to show you how you can get started on a simple loom made out of cardboard that fits in the palm of your hand. Let's get started. Cut a piece of cardboard to fit comfortably in your hand. Use your finger to measure out equal distant marks across the top of the cardboard. Be sure to keep the spaces as even as possible. Slide your finger down and make the same number of marks with the same distance between them on the bottom of your cardboard. Check to be sure that the marks are straight across from one another on the top and the bottom. Cut a small notch into the cardboard at each mark on the bottom and top of the cardboard. Tie a knot at one end of a long strand of yarn. You will use this knot and a small piece of tape to secure your first warp string into your loom. The warp strings go from top to bottom. Pull it tightly and tape. Then loop it around each notch of cardboard so that the longest strands, your warp strings, are in the front. Keep them taut but not too tight. Keep going until you've reached the last notch in your cardboard loom. Secure the end of the string on back with a piece of tape. Next, use shorter yarn to plan out your design. Start weaving by going under, then over, then under, then over each of the warp strings with your colorful yarn. When you get to the end, you'll loop it over and repeat the opposing pattern. Over and under, then over and under. You'll pull it tautly, but again, not too tight. You shouldn't bend the warp strings. Make sure that it is also staying tight to the top of your loom. You can do this by gently and evenly pushing upwards on the strings until they sit firmly at the top. Continue weaving until you have run out of the colored strand. As you fill your loom, it may be more difficult to lift the strings over and under the warp. Using a tool like a pencil can be helpful for this. You can also use a twist tie, twist it around your yarn like a needle or a shuttle to help you pass your string over and under the warp. The yarn that goes over and under the warp strings from left to right is called the weft. Continue adding weft yarn to your loom until you've completed your design or your loom is filled. When finished, you can remove your design from the loom. Carefully take the tape off and gently pull the warp and the weft strings off the cardboard. You can then secure any loose strings by tying them together and tucking them into your design. You can do this for both the warp and the weft strings. Any remaining loose ends can be carefully trimmed with your scissors. What wonderful weavings will you create with your cardboard loom?